Chapter 181 What a Prodigal Son, He is simply a fighting genius. Arrow God, how do you think this soul-breaking stone should be used reasonably? Yi Feng looked at the arrow god beside him and asked directly. Young Master Yi, I suggest using this soul-breaking stone to mass-produce soul-breaking arrows, and then relying on Elder Bai's star soul-destroying bow. It will be the nightmare of all enemies. Hearing Yi Feng's question, the arrow god also directly expressed his thoughts. No. Archer God, I feel that it is a bit of a waste of the soul-breaking all things stone to create a soul-breaking arrow. Yi Feng shook his head after hearing the unoriginal proposal from the arrow god. Young Master Yi, do you have any better ideas? The arrow god also looked at Yi Feng with a hint of curiosity and asked. God of arrows, you said that if we use this soul-breaking stone to coat the outer surface of the 9 dragons burning heaven cauldron, will it have a miraculous effect when it hits a cultivator? Walking to the 9 dragons burning heaven cauldron, Yi Feng patted the wall of the cauldron and looked directly at the god of arrows to ask. God, it will have a miraculous effect? Then it will definitely kill everyone who hits it. Who would have thought that someone would be so crazy as to coat the outer wall of this cauldron with soul-breaking stone? That's soul-breaking stone, not a stone that's sold everywhere. Crazy! Hearing Yi Feng's unscrupulous idea, the god of arrows was really going crazy. He really wanted to ask Yi Feng, can you die if you don't lose money? Young Master Yi, if you use the soul-breaking stone to cover the entire outer wall of the cauldron, once it comes into contact with blood, even a drop of blood, the soul-breaking stone covering the entire outer wall of the cauldron will turn into ordinary stone. To be honest, it's a bit too wasteful. Taking a deep breath, the arrow god tried to calm himself down, then he looked at Yi Feng and tried to persuade him. Imagine, if it is a soul-breaking arrow, the opponent will definitely be on guard, but if in close combat, when the battle enters a white-hot stage, suddenly take out this giant tripod coated with soul-breaking stones and smash it, who can withstand it? Also, if Elder Bai's sword is also coated with soul-breaking stones, when the enemy mistakenly thinks that Elder Bai is just an archer and rushes to him with excitement, Elder Bai takes out his sword and stabs it into the opponent's chest. Even if there is spiritual power around him, it will be useless. Who can defend against it? Archers will always keep the enemy on guard. Even if it is a soul-breaking arrow, the opponent is likely to use a defensive spiritual weapon to resist it. Although my new battle idea will waste a little soul-breaking stones, we have to see the result. Besides, I have such a big piece of soul-breaking stones. Am I afraid of wasting it? Gulp. After listening to what Yi Feng said, whether it was the god of arrows, the god of swords, or Zhao Ting, they all swallowed their saliva with fear on their faces. It's terrible. At this moment, they suddenly realized that Yi Feng was simply a fighting genius. Giant tripod attack. Long sword thrust. Damn prodigal son, this is a fighting method that a prodigal son can think of? It is no exaggeration to say that if they got such a large piece of broken spirit stone, they would never think of such an idea. Young Master Yi, how do you think I, as a swordsman, should use a piece of broken spirit stone reasonably? After being shocked, the god of swords also looked at Yi Feng and asked humbly. As a swordsman, it is reasonable to hide a dagger in the handle of a knife. Hiss. Hearing Yi Feng's words, the god of swords also stepped back several steps in succession, and took a breath of cold air with a look of horror. Imagine that he was holding a knife in his right hand and slashing at the enemy, and his left hand suddenly pulled out a dagger coated with broken spirit stone from the handle of the knife and stabbed it into the opponent's body. Although the means were a little dirty, the enemy was dead, who would know? Young Master Yi, don't say it. I'm so panicked now. I always feel that when I fight with the enemy in the future, the enemy will give me this blow. At this time, Zhao Ting, who was listening on the side, was about to collapse. He now had a psychological shadow on the battle. Hearing Zhao Ting's words, the arrow god, the sword god, and by Tianhen on the side also nodded. Not to mention Zhao Ting, they all have shadows now. Only the blood-sucking mantis was extremely excited at this time. As a great demon who specializes in physical cultivation, absorbing the spiritual energy of heaven and earth is also tempering the physical body. This kind of soul-breaking stone is not a big threat to them. Great demons or physical cultivators are not big threats, but it does not mean that they can't use this soul-breaking stone to deal with the enemy. Your Highness, how is the blood-sucking mantis learning to refine pills? After putting away the soul-breaking stone, Yifeng also looked at Zhao Ting and asked. Young Master Yi, Brother Shui can already refine the 9th grade Yi Xuanqingxing pill of the divine level. Just now, it has even reached the critical moment. We only need to wait 2 more seconds for the divine pill to meet the pill tribulation. As a result, because you suddenly want to eat barbecue, Brother Shui kicked over the furnace and ran over. Hearing Yifeng's question, Zhao Ting also hurriedly told the previous situation again. Not bad. The divine pill can be refined at any time, but the desire to eat barbecue is likely to gradually diminish with the passage of time. Bloodthirsty Mantis has done a very good job in this regard. Hearing this, Yifeng also gave affirmation to Bloodthirsty Mantis's approach. If you are not a family, you will not enter the same sect. Zhao Ting was really numb when he heard Yifeng's words. That's the magic pill, the lifelong pursuit of thousands of alchemists on the mainland. If they have the opportunity to refine the magic pill, no matter what happens, it will not affect them. It's good for you. In order not to affect the mood of eating barbecue, the magic pill is not needed. Can you consider the feelings of us poor people? Afternoon. Boom. 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 In the courtyard, watching the pill tribulation that appeared from time to time in the alchemy room, Yifeng realized that it was not difficult to refine the magic pill, but it was not a simple matter to make the magic pill survive the pill tribulation. Nearing dusk. When Zhao Changshan looked at the magic pill that survived the pill tribulation in his hand, he had long lost his excitement. Your Highness, send the magic pill to the purple arrow god of war. As he said, Zhao Changshan casually threw the magic pill to Zhao Ting. Master Zhao Dan, what's wrong with you? Seeing that Zhao Changshan looked a little strange at this moment, Zhao Ting also asked with concern. What's wrong? A big demon refines the magic pill like a game, and I refine the magic pill like a game, but the magic pill came out while he was playing, and I was playing and the furnace exploded. Facing such a blow, what do you think happened to me? Hearing Zhao Ting's question, Zhao Changshan wanted to cry to death. The first alchemist worshipped by the kingdom couldn't even beat a big demon. He even had the idea of quitting the alchemy. Master Zhao Dan, are you hit by Brother Shui? Look at it more openly. After all, you were hit by a flying big demon. I can't even beat a dog in their sect. Look, I'm still living strong. At this, Zhao Ting couldn't help crying. He couldn't even beat a dog. It's just a magic pill, why are they crying? Looking at Zhao Ting and Zhao Changshan squatting on the ground with their arms around each other and crying, the blood-sucking mantis on the side was stunned. Chapter 182 Take you to the battlefield of Tiandao, to rob. Everyone, see you again if we are lucky. We'll leave first. After solving the magic pill needed by the purple arrow god of war, Yifeng, by Tianhen and the blood-sucking mantis directly activated the space portal and disappeared from everyone's sight. After living for so long, young Master Ye's prodigality has completely refreshed my understanding of prodigals. I never thought that a person's prodigality could make me feel so scared. It's terrible. After hearing what the god of arrows said, Zhao Ting and the god of swords nodded in agreement. After seeing Yifeng's prodigality, they felt that the prodigals they had seen before were simply weak. By the way, Your Highness, why don't you let the other 3 national guardian war gods come to see young Master Yi? At this time, the god of swords suddenly thought of something and looked at Zhao Ting with doubts and asked. Old sword, if it were to happen again, would you still want to see young Master Yi? Hearing Zhao Ting's question, the god of sword also understood, and then smiled bitterly. No, it's too king discouraging. Xinghuan Sect Hall. Luo Qianxue, who was practicing, suddenly opened her eyes and said to herself in a daze, I came back so soon, so should I have asked the great ancestor to wait for a while yesterday? Fortunately, I didn't bring anyone back this time. Noticing that there was no strange breath, Luo Qianxue was also relieved, and then she got up and left the sect hall directly. She was going to ask Yi Feng about his trip to the kingdom. Courtyard residence. I'm going to take you to the Tiandao battlefield to play. Yi Feng looked at the blood-sucking mantis and the little yellow dog in front of him and said seriously. What is this stupid mantis doing? Seeing the blood-sucking mantis pinching his philtrum, the little yellow dog thought with disdain. It's too sudden. Happiness comes too suddenly. I'm there when you take Leng Wufeng out. I'm there when you take Elder Bai out. I'm there when you take the little yellow dog out. Is my handsome mantis going to stand up? The blood-sucking mantis thought excitedly at this time. Dog, take this Chiyu pill first. You haven't been able to say a word for so long. Why did I choose such a stupid dog like you? Yi Feng threw the Chiyu pill from the medicine jar to the little yellow dog. Master. After taking the Chiyu pill, the little yellow dog was shocked when he suddenly spoke in human language. Master, I can finally speak. Please save me. We were just playing a trick. Who would have thought that Elder Bai took it seriously? He trained me so hard and didn't treat me as a dog at all. I really can't stand it. Then, the little yellow dog ran to Yi Feng's feet to vent his grievances. Peng. Hearing what the little yellow dog said, Yi Feng was so angry that he kicked the little yellow dog at his feet away. What a fucking trick. I let Elder Bai train you, and you take my words as fart? This dog is a bit stupid. Seeing the little yellow dog running back with a face full of grievance, Yi Feng was also deeply troubled, and even wondered whether it was worthwhile to train this idiot sword dog to become the best sword dog on the continent. Master, what are we going to the heavenly Dao battlefield for? The blood-sucking mantis saw the little yellow dog's fate and hurriedly made himself behave a little more normally. Pretend to be awesome. All kinds of fancy pretense. At this point, Yi Feng changed the subject and said again, but I have changed my mind now. It is not enough to let this idiot sword dog work hard to practice, so let's go rob. Especially rob those inheritance places, that can directly inherit the cultivation. I will get some secret treasures that suppress the cultivation, so that the two of us can follow the dog into the first level of the heavenly Dao battlefield. I plan to rob directly from the first level of the heavenly Dao battlefield to the 9th level of the heavenly Dao battlefield, so that the dog's strength can directly reach the 9th level of the tribulation realm. Then help it to withstand the first heavenly Dao thunder tribulation, and then with the help of the god-level breaking tribulation pill, it will soon become an ascended sword dog. Hearing this, the blood-sucking mantis and the little yellow dog were stunned. Master. You are too good to me, why don't you kick me a few more times, otherwise I will not be at ease with the stolen cultivation. As he said, the little yellow dog hurriedly ran in front of Yi Feng, and even turned his back and raised his dog's butt. Fuck. You forced me to do this. Look at my curved shot. Bang. Looking at the little yellow dog that broke through the roof and flew out, Yi Feng's face also showed a trace of regret. He shouldn't have given the little yellow dog the Chiyu pill. It was so cheap. Ah. The blood-sucking mantis that saw all this sighed and murmured to himself, no wonder the little yellow dog is loved by the owner. It's really good. It's a pity that I can't come yet. In the past, I only saw that the little yellow dog was loved by the owner, but I didn't see how much effort the little yellow dog made behind the scenes. Today I really learned it. Outside the house. That's the little yellow dog. Seeing the little yellow dog lying flat in flight with its two front paws under its head and its legs crossed at the same time, Luo Qianxue was completely stunned. Is flying so comfortable? What did you do to the little yellow dog just now? After entering the courtyard house, Luo Qianxue also looked at Yifeng and the blood-sucking mantis and asked directly. I didn't do anything. What's wrong, master? Yifeng looked at Luo Qianxue with some doubts and asked back. Why is it like this? As he said that, Luo Qianxue lay directly on the ground, put his hands behind his head and crossed his legs, with a happy smile on his face, perfectly copying all the postures of the little yellow dog just now. Although the little yellow dog has been living a lot more comfortably these days since Bai Lao left with you, I have never seen it so happy. Tell me, what benefits have you given the little yellow dog again? I am just curious. After getting up, Luo Qianxue also looked at Yifeng with a gossipy heart and asked. Master, how about waiting for the little yellow dog to come back, and I will show you again? Although he said so, Yifeng was also puzzled. When did the master, who was extremely focused on cultivation, start to be so gossipy? Master, I'm back. Soon, when the little yellow dog came back, it ran to Yifeng again, turned around and stuck out its dog's buttocks, and the whole set of movements was smooth and skillful. Look at my tiger shooting. Bang! As Yifeng kicked the ball, the little yellow dog broke through the roof and flew out again. Seeing this scene, Luo Qianxue's forehead was instantly filled with countless question marks. This was not what she thought. Where are the benefits? And the little yellow dog just looked so mean. Has the sword dog really become a mean dog? Wait. At this moment, Luo Qianxue suddenly realized a problem, looked at Yifeng and asked, the little yellow dog can talk? Master, it doesn't matter that the little yellow dog can talk. What's important is why you come here. If nothing happens, we still have to discuss the next robbery. Seeing that Luo Qianxue always cares about these unimportant things, Yifeng is also helpless. Robbery? You, a prodigal son, actually want to rob? Hearing Yifeng's words, Luo Qianxue was really shocked. Is this going to make the poor's already poor life worse? Chapter 183 Robbery with a Mask, this is called professional. A few minutes later. Robbed from the first level of the Heavenly Dao battlefield to the 9th level of the Heavenly Dao battlefield? Specialized in robbing the inheritance place? Prepare to let the little yellow dog, who is currently only at the peak of the 9th level of the spiritual sea realm, directly break through to the peak of the 9th level of the tribulation realm and withstand the first Heavenly Dao Thunder tribulation, and then use the God-level breaking tribulation pill to let the little yellow dog directly become an ascending sword dog? After hearing Yifeng's crazy idea of robbing, Luo Qianxue was completely dumbfounded. Even if there are many places of inheritance in the Tiandao battlefield, it doesn't mean that you can find them just by looking for them. It depends on chance. It is no exaggeration to say that Yifeng's robbery plan is nothing short of a fantasy. Yifeng, I'm not trying to stop you from robbing. Those places of inheritance are not cabbages on the street. You can find one by walking a few steps. Your idea is a little unrealistic. Luo Qianxue looked at Yifeng seriously and persuaded him. Master, don't worry. Since I have this idea, I will naturally find a way to find the place of inheritance. I know that Master is reluctant to let me leave again, but Master, don't worry, I will definitely come back as soon as possible. Hearing Luo Qianxue's persuasion, Yifeng also said confidently. Who is reluctant to let you leave? Wait. If Yifeng's robbery plan can really succeed, then what's the point of me practicing hard every day? It's better to rob for a month than to practice hard for more than 100 years. Thinking of this, Luo Qianxue's mentality collapsed instantly. Yifeng, since you are so confident, can you take Master with you to rob? After all, you know why I have been practicing so hard. Thinking of what Jifeng had said before about the Wuji Holy Land, Luo Qianxue felt that Jifeng knew a lot of her secrets, including the secret of why she was surrounded and killed. No. The sect cannot be without a master, for a day. Master, you are the pillar of our sect. If you ascend, what will we do? Hearing what Jifeng said, Luo Qianxue was really going crazy. What difference does it make whether this sect has me or not? The faction has been able to develop to this point because of the hard work of you, the disciple who was personally taught by you. Doesn't it have anything to do with me, the sect master? Master, take care. Seeing Luo Qianxue leaving in a huff, Yifeng also breathed a sigh of relief, thinking to himself, I have to be careful when I promote other people in the sect in the future. Before everyone in the sect is promoted to the ascended realm, Yifeng will definitely not help Luo Qianxue. Otherwise, if Luo Qianxue ascends, he is not ready yet. How can he lead everyone in the sect to ascend together to support Luo Qianxue? Okay, it's time for us to set off. As he said that, Yifeng also took out 3 space portals directly. He now feels that it is really easy to have this thing. Master, the little yellow dog has never been to the Tiandao battlefield teleportation tower. How can it get there? The blood-sucking mantis suddenly thought of something at this time and quickly reminded Jifeng. Use the object as the location, bring the little yellow dog's kennel with you, and let it teleport directly to the kennel later. After hearing the reminder from the blood-sucking mantis, Yifeng had already come up with a solution. By the way, put on this black mask, it can suppress our strength to the peak of the 9th level of the spiritual sea realm. As he said this, Yifeng handed the 2 black masks he opened from the special jar to the blood-sucking mantis and the little yellow dog, respectively, and also took one for himself. Master, my strength is just at the peak of the 9th level of the spiritual sea realm, so I don't need to wear it. The little yellow dog looked at the black mask on his paw and asked directly. You stupid dog, you know nothing. We are going to rob, which robber has to cover his face, this is called professionalism, do you understand? Hearing Yifeng's reprimand, the little yellow dog also shrank his head in grievance, thinking in his heart, there are thousands of little yellow dogs on the mainland, as long as I don't release the yellow spring sword in tent and throw me into the dog pile, who can recognize me, it doesn't matter whether I cover my dog face or not. Although he thought so, the little yellow dog didn't dare to say it out loud, anyway, just listen to Yifeng's arrangements. Let's go. After putting on the black mask, Yifeng directly dripped blood to activate the space portal and walked in. The blood-sucking mantis holding the little yellow dog's giant tripod doghouse followed closely and walked into his own space portal. After a while, the little yellow dog also dripped dog blood to activate the space portal and walked in with a hint of excitement. Let's go, enter the teleportation tower. When Yifeng saw the little yellow dog appear in the giant cauldron, he flew directly to the teleportation tower of the Tiandao battlefield hundreds of meters away. The blood-red full moon hangs high in the sky. When it came to the Tiandao battlefield where the air was filled with a hint of blood, the blood-sucking mantis didn't react much. After all, it didn't know how many times it had been here, but it was the first time to come to the first level of the Tiandao battlefield. Yifeng came for the second time, and there was no big reaction either. Only the little yellow dog was full of excitement at this time, and even held the long sword in the heaven-level furnace in his mouth. He knew that the battle for the first sword dog in his continent would begin here. System, use the function of peeping into the secrets of heaven once, and find the closest inheritance place from here, preferably where you can obtain the inheritance of cultivation. Yifeng also directly issued a command to the system at this time. The function of peeping into the secrets of heaven 3 times a day is Yifeng's confidence. Ding. Consume the function of peeping into the secrets of heaven once, and the navigation map of the inheritance place has been opened for the host. This map is not a hidden function of the system, but it is convenient for the host to rush to the target location faster. As the system prompt sounded, a light screen similar to a map suddenly appeared in front of Yifeng, with a red dot and a blue dot on it. The blue dot represents himself, and the red dot represents the inheritance place. It should be said that the system's service is really in place. Looking at the navigation map in front of him, Yifeng was surprised to find that this inheritance place was not far away from them. Master, with my current strength at the peak of the 9th level of the spiritual sea realm, I can't use the heaven-level furnace to hit people for the time being. Once I release a power far beyond this realm, the power of this mask secret treasure will not be able to cover up my true cultivation aura. But even so, with my current physical strength, ordinary cultivators at the peak of the 9th level of the spiritual sea realm can't even think of breaking my physical defense. They can definitely be slapped one. The blood-sucking mantis checked its current situation and simply told Yifeng. Hearing the words of the blood-sucking mantis, Yifeng smiled and said, "It doesn't matter. This is the special show of the little yellow dog. With its cultivation at the peak of the 9th level of the spiritual sea realm and the yellow spring sword intention of the sword heart realm, if it can't even deal with the people here, then just kill it and stew it into dog soup." Chapter 184 If you are so stupid, then I will grill the mantis on charcoal. Hearing Yifeng's words, the little yellow dog couldn't help but shudder. I treat you as my master, but you treat me as a spare dog soup? Wait. What is that fucking mantis doing wiping the cauldron? And it's my doghouse cauldron, is it ready to use? Seeing the blood-sucking mantis wiping the heavenly cauldron carefully, the little yellow dog went crazy. It suddenly had a shadow on its doghouse. As expected of the lowest level first level heavenly Dao battlefield, there are really 9 level peaks of the spiritual sea realm everywhere. On the way, Yifeng saw the cultivators from various realms he met, and he couldn't help but sigh. Am I dazzled? A demon dog can fly a sword? It's okay to fly a sword, but it also wears a mask to enhance the mystery. Which realm are they from? Demon beasts are more fun than humans? Such a special demon beast battle pet, only I deserve it. As the little yellow dog flew on the flying sword, it stunned everyone's eyes. At the same time, many people also set their eyes on it. Who doesn't want to own such a special sword dog? Cancel the contract, hand over this sword dog that can fly the sword, and we will let you two go. As dozens of people blocked Yifeng's way, one of them directly stood up and stated their purpose. I brought the little yellow dog here to rob, and now you want to rob my little yellow dog? Hearing this person's words, seeing that the eyes of the people around him were also staring at the little yellow dog, Yifeng couldn't help laughing. Enemies, just kill them, really think he is a saint? Little yellow dog, release the Huangquan sword intent, kill. Boom. Hearing Yifeng's order, the little yellow dog was also excited to release the terrifying Huangquan sword intent directly, and at the same time, the Huangquan sword embryo representing the realm of sword heart also emerged from above its head. Retreat. 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 It's the yellow spring sword intent of the sword heart realm. What the hell, a demon dog with only the 9th peak cultivation of the spiritual sea realm actually comprehended such a terrifying yellow spring sword intent. Yellow Spring Road, Soul Crossing Bridge, I have been affected by the yellow spring sword intent, it's too terrifying. As the little yellow dog released the yellow spring sword intent, dozens of people in front of them instantly ran away in fear. Even if they could kill the little yellow dog together, most of them would definitely be killed or injured. No one dared to guarantee whether they would be among the dead. They are here to find opportunities, not to die. Seeing the little yellow dog with a flying sword in its mouth and using the sword skills it had learned before to kill one person after another, Yifeng's face showed no mercy. Master, more than half of them will probably run away. Do you want me to take action? Seeing the little yellow dog killing people, the blood-sucking mantis also became excited. The little yellow dog lost the first battle, handsome blood, wiped the cauldron. Hearing this, Yifeng did not let the blood-sucking mantis take action, but ordered the other party to wipe the cauldron again. Don't wipe it. I'm already trying hard to kill the enemy. The strength of this group of people is the peak of the 9th level of the spiritual sea realm. If they join forces to deal with me, even if I can kill most of them, I will definitely become a dead dog. I can't kill half of them when the other party is running around. Hearing Yifeng's words, the little yellow dog, who was struggling to kill the enemy, collapsed. It felt that Yifeng was determined to drink dog soup. Handsome, do you think the little yellow dog is stupid? I've stimulated it so much, but it doesn't know how to use its dog brain? If you can't catch up with me by flying the sword, then come back to borrow the 9th grade flying spiritual weapon from me. Do we lack the spiritual stones to activate the flying spiritual weapon? Seeing the little yellow dog still flying the sword to chase the enemy, Yifeng also shook his head and complained directly. Hearing Yifeng's words, the blood-sucking mantis suddenly reacted as if it had been enlightened, because it had not expected to use the flying spiritual tool. No. Although I didn't expect it either, I had to disguise myself, because the mantis soup was not tasty. Found that the blood-sucking mantis had not spoken for a long time, Yifeng asked in confusion, handsome blood, when I borrowed the 9th grade flying spiritual tool from Elder Shao, the little yellow dog just saw it, and it is understandable that he didn't think of it now. But you have been driving that 9th grade gourd flying spiritual tool for several days, you wouldn't have thought of it. If you are so stupid, then I will grill the mantis. Hearing Yifeng's last words, the blood-sucking mantis was almost scared to death. It was ridiculous that it was still thinking that the mantis soup was not tasty. Who would have thought that Yifeng was not going to stew it with soup, but to grill it with charcoal? Master, I drove the 9th grade flying spirit weapon to Tianhen City and then rushed to Wanhua Valley. How could I not have thought of it? It's just that you didn't say it, so I can't express my thoughts. Oh. Handsome blood, it seems that you are much better than this stupid dog. Not only are you smart, but you also have high emotional intelligence. You also know not to steal the limelight in front of the master. Not bad, really good. Hearing the words of the blood-sucking mantis, Yifeng couldn't help but praise it. Although the answer was not smooth, it was very good for a big monster to have such emotional intelligence. Hearing Yifeng's praise, the blood-sucking mantis was relieved. A few minutes later, after the blood-covered little yellow dog flew back, it didn't dare to look up at Yifeng. It was really afraid that Yifeng would shout, drag the handsome blood out and stew it. Dog, do you know this thing? Yifeng couldn't help laughing at the little yellow dog in front of him who didn't even dare to raise his head, and took out the gourd flying spiritual weapon directly. Master, isn't this the 9th grade flying spiritual weapon you borrowed from Elder Shao when you took Ling Wufeng and handsome blood out for training? 9th grade flying spiritual weapon? The little yellow dog who suddenly reacted almost cried because of his stupidity. It really didn't expect that it could use the flying spiritual weapon when killing the enemy. Don't always think about eating and sleeping in the future. Use your dog brain more when you encounter something. You are really stupid. Yifeng touched the little yellow dog's head and said with a smile. The blood-sucking mantis who saw this scene thought worriedly, it seems that the dog stew is just the master's way of scaring the little yellow dog, but the charcoal-grilled mantis, I feel that the master is serious. I really don't know why the master likes the little yellow dog so much. What's wrong with my handsome mantis monster? Keep going. Today our goal is to rob 3 inheritance sites. After robbing this inheritance site, we have to use flying spirit tools to travel to the next one, otherwise I'm worried that we won't have enough time. Speaking of this, Yifeng continued to rush towards the inheritance site, not far away. Brother dog, just tell me if you have anything to do in the future, but if I accidentally make the master angry one day, you must help me say a few good words in front of the master. The little yellow dog who was about to catch up was stunned when he heard this. Brother dog? How did it become brother dog all of a sudden? Chapter 185 Heavenly Tao Battlefield, Weird White Heavenly Tao Tribulation Cloud. Ah! Seeing the silly and cute look of the little yellow dog at this time, the blood-sucking mantis couldn't help but sigh. It finally knew where it was lacking. No matter how high the emotional intelligence was, it couldn't compare to being cute. Stupid and cute. Cheap and cute. God knows what tricks the little yellow dog has to please his master. Handsome blood, you used to call me dog, why do you call me brother dog all of a sudden? The little yellow dog looked at the blood-sucking mantis with a confused face and asked. Brother dog. The blood-sucking mantis did not explain, but shouted at the little yellow dog again. Brother mantis, if you follow brother dog, you will go hungry 9 times a day, but don't worry, as long as brother dog has a bite to eat, you will definitely have one. Let's go after the master. The little yellow dog showed the attitude of a big dog and chased after Yi Feng in front of him. Sure enough, it's still that heartless dog. If it were me, I would definitely continue to ask. It really lives a carefree life. The blood-sucking mantis shook its head with a wry smile and immediately chased after it. Fuck. So many people? When Yi Feng came to the inheritance site, he found that there were already tens of thousands of people gathered here, and there were still people or big monsters coming from all directions. The inheritance palace has clearly appeared for a day, why hasn't the inheritance door been opened yet? Wait a little longer, it should be soon. I really hope I am the destined person. If I am not recognized, I will be forcibly expelled even if I go in. But no matter what, the sooner I go in, the greater the chance. Once the inheritance door is opened, I am afraid that many people will die. Hearing the discussions of the people around him, Yi Feng also roughly understood the situation of the inheritance palace, not far away. Master, this is a bit tricky. There are too many monks and big monsters gathered here. If we fight hard, we will not have the advantage with the strength of the 9th level of the spiritual sea realm. As he said this, the blood-sucking mantis also habitually grabbed the front end of the gourd flying spiritual weapon with his right hand. If he really wanted to fight, he was ready to hit people with the gourd flying spiritual weapon. Why didn't I realize that the blood-sucking mantis had such a high EQ before? Just after I praised you, you already learned to hint. Thinking of this, Yi Feng looked at the blood-sucking mantis and smiled. Handsome blood, we really want to go together. What do you mean by wanting to go together? What did it think? Hearing Yi Feng's words, the blood-sucking mantis was stunned. When the inheritance gate opens, we will use all our strength to drive the 9th grade flying spirit weapon and rush over directly. At the extreme speed of the 9th grade flying spirit weapon, the speed of these people is no different from being still. Yi Feng patted the 9th grade flying spirit weapon beside him and said with a smile. Hearing this, the blood-sucking mantis looked at his right hand holding the gourd flying spirit weapon again, and was surprised in his heart. This works. Boom. A moment later. With a roar, the stone door of the inheritance palace slowly opened, and Yi Feng, the blood-sucking mantis and the little yellow dog immediately sat on the gourd flying spirit weapon. Master, there are also people in the crowd who have taken out flying spirit weapons. Do you think there will be 9th grade flying spirit weapons in them? At this moment, the little yellow dog saw that someone in the crowd had taken out a flying spirit weapon, and turned his head to look at Yi Feng and asked. Handsome, clean the tripod. After hearing what the little yellow dog said, Yi Feng was really speechless about the little yellow dog's IQ. Collapse. The little yellow dog's mentality collapsed. Why did he clean the tripod as soon as I came? There was nothing wrong with my question. Can they afford the 9th grade flying spiritual weapon? Can they activate the 9th grade flying spiritual weapon? Even if they have it, once they die here, the ninth-grade flying spiritual weapon will belong to someone else. In this low-end Tiandao battlefield, no one dares to bring a ninth-grade flying spiritual weapon in. Seeing the aggrieved look of the little yellow dog, Yifeng also explained helplessly. The inheritance gate is fully opened, Master, I'm going. The blood-sucking mantis, who has been paying attention to the inheritance gate, directly activated the speed of the flying spiritual weapon to the extreme. Swish! As a stream of light flashed, when tens of thousands of people had not yet reacted, Yifeng and his team had already rushed into the inheritance palace first. Fuck! What grade of flying spiritual weapon is that? Are you crazy? In the first-level Tiandao battlefield, you dare to bring a high-grade flying spiritual weapon. Aren't you afraid of being killed and robbed? It's just an inheritance opportunity, and it may not be the destined person. How many spirit stones did he just consume? The people who were about to take action saw Yifeng and his team rushing in, and they also cursed directly. The inheritance palace. Interesting. 1 man, 2 demons, 3 secret treasures that hide their cultivation, and a 9th-grade flying spiritual weapon. Unfortunately, my inheritance is the way of the sword and a part of my cultivation, and none of you are suitable. As a rough voice sounded, Yifeng, the blood-sucking mantis, and the little yellow dog discovered that there was a soul fire floating above the hall. Master, the other party was once a strong man who had withstood 7 heavenly thunder tribulations. Sensing the spirit and soul aura in the other party's soul, the blood-sucking mantis spoke directly to Yifeng. You can actually sense the breath of my soul. It seems that you are very strong. But it's useless. This is the battlefield of the heavenly Tao. Even if you have the strength to ascend, do you dare to release it? Besides, I want to expel you, but I borrowed the power of the battlefield of the heavenly Tao. If I hadn't found that you are a little special, I would have expelled you long ago. Hearing the other party's words, Yifeng sneered and said directly, we are not here to obtain inheritance, so it doesn't matter whether it is suitable or not, because we are here to rob. Robbery? Ha ha ha. I signed a heavenly Tao contract with the heavenly Tao. Why do you rob me? My sword inheritance and cultivation inheritance are all over there. As long as you kill me, you can take them directly. If you want to rob, it depends on whether you have the ability. Hearing Yifeng's words, the rough voice rang again, full of ridicule and disdain. Destruction eyes. Ka. As Yifeng used the destruction eyes, the soul and soul fire above the hall disappeared instantly, and at the same time, a stone platform under the soul also shattered. That's it? Seeing the disappearing soul, Yifeng also complained disdainfully. Boom. Just when Yifeng was about to continue to taunt, a terrifying pressure from the heavenly Tao descended, and the entire inheritance palace shattered in an instant. At the same time, in the sky, a strange white calamity cloud quickly condensed, and black lightning flashed in it. My lord, Yi is here, my lord, Yi is gone, I can't handle this thing, I'll go find the official prodigal guards. Looking at the golden-armored Yi, who walked out of the space crack and ran back, Yifeng was stunned. It's just a heavenly Tao calamity cloud. You chopped it off with one knife before, but you can't handle it this time? Chapter 186, The Little Yellow Dog was almost scared to tears. Boom. Just after Yi went back, a black thunder calamity slammed down, and wherever it passed, the space was torn apart, like a thunder of destruction. How dare you? As a voice that sounded familiar to Yifeng rang out, a space crack suddenly appeared in front of him, and a bald man stepped out of it and directly stretched out his right hand to block the terrifying black thunder tribulation. A small thunder tribulation, you want to hurt my master? Heaven-shaking kick. After the bald man blocked the black thunder tribulation, his bare right foot suddenly stepped down, and a huge footprint that covered the sky and the sun instantly appeared in the air. Boom. Under the footprint, the space collapsed, and the strange white tribulation cloud was instantly swallowed up by the collapsed space dam. Seeing this scene, Yifeng couldn't help but swear. This kick was so brutal that it shook the world. Finally, I showed off in front of my lord. It's so hard for me. Hearing Yifeng's big cry, the barefoot bald man was so excited. My lord, if you need anything in this battlefield of heaven, just summon our official prodigal guards directly. Those reserve guards can't handle it. Hearing this, looking at the bald man kneeling on one knee, Yifeng asked, is there such a big gap between the strength of the reserve guards and yours? My lord, any official prodigal guard can sweep all the reserve guards. The gap in strength is far beyond your imagination. Even if it's Yi, he still has a long way to go to become a formal prodigal guard. Hiss. Hearing this, Yifeng couldn't help but take a breath. He still underestimated the official prodigal guards. No wonder there are thousands of reserve guards, but there are only 10 official prodigal guards. My lord, I will take my leave first. It is my honor to serve you. After saying that, the bald man stood up and took a step forward, walking directly into the space crack that appeared in an instant. It seems that the Heavenly Tao in the Heavenly Tao battlefield is countless times stronger than the Heavenly Tao in Xiantian continent. Or, because Xiantian continent is a low-level interface, the power of Heavenly Tao cannot be fully unleashed, but in this Heavenly Tao battlefield, it is not subject to this restriction. Yifeng also had his own guess at this time. A moment later. Master, it will take me about a month to fully absorb this cultivation inheritance. I am not sure what realm I can break through to. When the little yellow dog obtained the cultivation inheritance, he immediately looked at Yifeng and told him about his own situation. Then let's leave the Heavenly Tao battlefield first. The robbery plan is temporarily suspended. After hearing what the little yellow dog said, Yifeng also made a decision. Ding. If the host wants to help the people in the sect improve their cultivation quickly, he can consume the spendthrift points to open the 9th grade divine pills in the divine pill jar to increase his cultivation. It also takes time to absorb slowly, which is not much different from this kind of cultivation inheritance. Ding. If the host is worried that the foundation of the people in the sect will be unstable due to the rapid improvement of their cultivation, the system can provide formal spendthrift guards to guide them. Ding. The host just needs to spendthrift at ease, and the system can help solve all your troubles. Hearing the 3 prompts from the system, Yifeng was stunned. The system solves all his troubles, and he just needs to spendthrift at ease. Can he find another system as considerate as this? After leaving the Tiandao battlefield, directly activate the space portal to return to the sect. Yifeng handed a space portal to the blood-sucking mantis and the little yellow dog, and then left the Tiandao battlefield first. Then, the blood-sucking mantis and the little yellow dog looked at each other and all left the Tiandao battlefield. As 3 space cracks appeared outside the Xinghuan sect, the figures of Yifeng, the blood-sucking mantis and the little yellow dog quickly walked out of the space cracks. Come back so soon? I'm afraid that only my prodigal disciple dares to waste the space portal like this in the entire Xiantian continent. Sensing the breath of Yifeng, the blood-sucking mantis and the little yellow dog, Luo Qianxue stopped practicing again and rushed directly in the direction where they were. Although she was not taken to rob, she was also very curious about how much the little yellow dog had gained this time. The little yellow dog courtyard. Dog, although you have inherited the cultivation, the sudden increase in cultivation will cause an unstable foundation, so I found someone to guide you. Yifeng looked at the little yellow dog and said seriously. Hearing this, the little yellow dog was stunned at first, and then he showed a smug look to the blood-sucking mantis beside him, as if to say, see, this is the treatment your dog brother gets. And the blood-sucking mantis, beside him, was really envious. Looking at the entire sect, who has such treatment? Master, who are you looking for to guide me? As the little yellow dog finished speaking, a space crack suddenly appeared behind it, and a one-armed man holding a blood-red rapier walked out with a bloodthirsty smile. Damn! When seeing that the person who walked out of the space crack was the one-armed madman, both Yi Feng and the blood-sucking mantis couldn't help but swear. Yi Feng never dreamed that the person selected by the system this time would be this madman. Master, are you sure you want this madman to guide Brother Go in his practice, instead of letting this madman come out to slice Brother Go? The blood-sucking mantis looked at the one-armed madman who made it tremble all over, and thought with great fear in its heart. Master, who is it, you tell me? The little yellow dog, who knew nothing at this time, asked again with expectation. Pa. At this moment, the one-armed madman patted the little yellow dog on the back with the blood-red rapier in his hand, his eyes full of excitement. This time, he can stay outside for a long time. Who is it? Stop it. Feeling someone patting him on the back, the little yellow dog turned around with a frown and said, Fuck. When the little yellow dog saw that the one-armed madman who cut the heavenly calamity cloud with one sword was standing behind him, he was so scared that he ran to Yi Feng's side. Master, the person you said who guided me in cultivation couldn't be him, could he? The little yellow dog hiding behind Yi Feng looked at Yi Feng with fear in his eyes and even trembled in his voice. Yes, he will specifically guide you in your cultivation for a period of time. Yi Feng looked at the little yellow dog with sympathetic eyes and gave a positive answer. Yi Feng, your robbery this time. When Luo Qianxue came to the outside of the courtyard and saw the terrifying one-armed madman standing inside, she stopped talking halfway. Master, please take care of your eldest disciple. He wants this madman to specifically guide me in my cultivation. I will die. Seeing Luo Qianxue, the little yellow dog seemed to have seen hope again, and ran directly to Luo Qianxue outside the courtyard. It knew that only Luo Qianxue could save it now. Chapter 187, Sword God. The man who dared to confront the one-armed madman. Swish. With a flash of white sword light, the snow-white long sword in Luo Qianxue's hand was already on the neck of the little yellow dog running over. Go back. Okay. Crying. The little yellow dog cried and ran back to Yi Feng's side. It felt like it was abandoned by the whole world at this moment. Master, is there something wrong? Yi Feng looked at Luo Qianxue outside the courtyard and asked. Nothing. What can happen to me? I just came out for a walk after practicing for too long. You guys continue, I'm leaving first. After saying that, Luo Qianxue turned around and left immediately, feeling extremely scared. If she had a choice, she would rather face the battle maniac with the fighting saint body in the upper realm than face this one-armed madman who made people feel scared at a glance. My lord, I have nothing to do anyway, so I can guide a few more at a time. Here, there are still a few people who are worthy of my guidance. The one-armed madman looked at Yi Feng and said respectfully. Who are they? You can guide whoever you want to guide. This is also their blessing. Although the one-armed madman is a little abnormal, being guided by a strong man like the one-armed madman is no less than a great opportunity. With Yi Feng's permission, the one-armed madman pointed the blood-colored rapier at the blood-sucking mantis first. Pung. Seeing that the one-armed madman pointed at him first, the blood-sucking mantis's legs became weak and he sat directly on the ground, his eyes full of despair. Who else? Yi Feng continued to ask with a hint of curiosity. A moment later, when Yi Feng saw the Golden Will Emperor and Shao Chen brought back by the one-armed madman, he couldn't help but smile bitterly. This was a complete capture of all the ascended masters in their sect. Young Master Yi, can you sell me a small piece of the soul-breaking stone? I want to hide a dagger in the handle of my tyrant blade. At this moment, as a space crack suddenly appeared in front of the one-armed madman, the voice of the sword god came out first. When the sword god came out, he was stunned to see the one-armed madman with a bloodthirsty smile, staring at him. "What are you looking at?" the sword god said with some dissatisfaction when he found that the other party was staring at him. "Damn." Hearing what the sword god said, the bloodthirsty mantis, the Golden Will Emperor, Xiao Chen and others, were stunned. Even if the one-armed madman hides his aura, he is not a character to be messed with at first glance. How dare you talk to him like this? Interesting. Stepping back a few steps, the sword god directly took out the tyrant sword from the space ring, and with a touch of excitement on his face, he looked at Yi Feng and said, "Young Master Yi, do you mind if I compete with the strong man of your sect?" Ha ha ha. Hearing this, the one-armed madman became completely excited. In that place, the other 9 people either didn't fight him or he couldn't beat them. He was almost going crazy. Although the opponents here were extremely weak, they could still bring him a lot of fun. Mania. Bloodthirsty. Madness. As all kinds of abnormal auras emanated from the one-armed madman's body, the sword god on the opposite side was stunned. In his opinion, the one-armed madman who released his true nature was completely different from what he had seen before. Inexplicable fear began to fill his heart. Friendly forces. Don't hurt him, just have fun. Seeing the excited one-armed madman, Yi Feng didn't want to make him lose interest. Not to mention that this competition was proposed by the God of Sword. God of Sword, you can take this soul-breaking stone after the competition. It's for you. Then, Yi Feng took out a fist-sized soul-breaking stone and put it on the ground and left the courtyard of the little yellow dog. He had no interest in watching this kind of battle with a known result. As for the soul-breaking stone, it was a spiritual compensation for the God of Sword. Dare to provoke the one-armed madman, the God of Sword is definitely a real man. Boom. When Yi Feng left the courtyard, a stream of scarlet blood suddenly emerged from the one-armed madman's body, and the space around him collapsed, and the whole person was directly in the turbulent flow of the void. Draw your sword. The one-armed madman looked at the God of Sword across from him excitedly with a crazy look. Draw your sword? You are in the turbulent flow of the void, how can I hurt you? The power of chaos law that shatters space and ignores the chaos of the void, is this a monster that can appear in the lower world? You know, even if he is an ascended strongman, he can't tear the space with all his strength. Crazy. The God of Sword is really going crazy now. He dares to guarantee that if the other party wants to kill him, it's nothing more than a matter of moving his fingers. Why should you provoke such a monster? Sleep, sleep. Tomorrow morning, I'll see what the refreshed wasteful product is. Since the system has solved my worries, I have to hurry up and wasteful. I still need a lot of heavenly Tao orders. Half of the 1-month mission time has passed, and this mission still needs to be completed. The 7 fairies have been too tired recently, and it's time to let them have a good rest. Let's go to Chang'e to play a small game today. After returning to his residence, Yi Feng also lay down on the bed and rested comfortably. Qiyang Kingdom, Purple Arrow God of War Courtyard. Old Knife, did you buy the soul-breaking stone for me, Xiao? Seeing the Tyrant Knife God of War coming out of the space crack, the Purple Arrow God of War also asked curiously. Tear. Hearing the question of the Purple Arrow God of War, the Tyrant Knife God of War directly tore open his upper body robe, revealing his bloody upper body. Hiss. Seeing this scene, the Purple Arrow God of War couldn't help but take a breath. From a distance, it looked like the front and back of the Tyrant Blade War God were dyed red by blood, but if you look closely, you can find that the front and back of the Tyrant Blade War God are covered with tiny wounds. The wound is not deep, it's just a broken skin and bleeding. Just swallow a healing pill and it will heal. If it weren't for Yi Xiao reminding the other party, I'm afraid I would have been cut into thin slices of meat by the other party. Too scary, that one-armed madman is too scary. Facing him, I have no power to fight back. In his eyes, I am like an ant. At this point, the Tyrant Blade War God looked at the Purple Arrow War God and said seriously, "Don't remind the king, I don't care what you think, but if the king dares to provoke that sect, I will definitely ascend to the upper realm as soon as I get the news." Seeing the Tyrant Blade War God leave directly after speaking, the Purple Arrow War God was completely stunned. Early the next morning, after Yifeng woke up, he also checked the product of today's prodigal son. Today's prodigal son, Golden Silkworm Star Sure * 100,000, 100,000. When Yifeng saw the product of today's prodigal son, he couldn't believe his eyes. The hut that shines with golden light is like a golden palace. It's time to start building it. The main hall of the sect. Yifeng. When she learned that Yifeng was going to use 100,000 pieces of golden silkworm star sure to build a golden hut, Luo Qianxue felt that her blood was surging and she was about to explode. Chapter 188 Brother Mantis is in trouble, and Brother Go is really going to fight although the things are yours. As your master, I don't agree with this matter. After trying to calm herself down, Luo Qianxue stared at Yifeng and said her thoughts firmly. Master, why don't you ask the 5 great ancestors? After hearing what Luo Qianxue said, Yifeng didn't want to use his status as an honorary elder to turn the tables. He remembered that the 5 great ancestors finally approved of his idea of losing money. Okay. If the 5 great ancestors disagree, then you'd better give up this idea completely. To Yifeng's surprise, Luo Qianxue directly accepted this proposal. This is the Golden Silkworm Star Shine Stone, and there are so many Golden Silkworm Star Shine Stones. Do you know how important these Golden Silkworm Star Shine Stones are for the 5 great ancestors to resist the Heavenly Thunder Tribulation? How could they allow you to be so wasteful? Thinking of this, Luo Qianxue directly took out the sound transmission stone that could contact the great ancestor. What? 100,000 Golden Silkworm Star Shine Stones. Build it, let him build it. Even if the King of Heaven comes, he can't stop Yifeng from using the Golden Silkworm Star Shine Stone to build a golden hut. If anyone dares to stop it, our 5 great ancestors will fight the other party to the end even if they risk their lives. After hearing Luo Tianqing's words, Luo Qianxue was completely numb. This is different from what she thought. Go. Go build your golden hut. Don't talk, go quickly, I want to be alone. After waving her hand to let Yifeng leave quickly, Luo Qianxue was really going crazy. She suddenly felt that since she accepted Yifeng as her personal disciple, the whole world was against her. Xingji sect. Brother, what are you so happy about? Yes, brother, who sent you the voice transmission that made you so happy? The 4 great ancestors saw the smile on Luo Tianqing's face that could not be concealed after the voice transmission ended, and they all asked, curiously. Take off. Our Xingji sect is about to take off completely. What superpowers? What major kingdoms? When our Xingji sect has 5 ascended masters, I want to see who dares to mess with us. Hearing the questions from the other 4 great ancestors, Luo Tianqing also spoke excitedly. 5 ascended masters sit in Xingji sect? Are they talking about their 5 great ancestors? Brother, we don't dare to resist the Heavenly Thunder Tribulation now, how can we break through to the ascended realm? The 5th ancestor, Chu Yunshan, looked at Luo Tianqing and asked, in confusion. It seems that you have all forgotten. Didn't Yifeng say before that he wanted to build a golden hut with golden silkworm star stones? He is ready to build it now, with a full 100,000 golden silkworm star stones. After hearing this, the other 4 great ancestors gradually showed an extremely excited look on their faces. Once the golden hut is built, they can go inside to resist the Heavenly Thunder Tribulation. Old 5, hurry up and get the space portal. We have to go over and help. If we can complete it today, we can resist the Heavenly Thunder Tribulation today. Last time I helped Yifeng lose his family, I learned that the space portal can use objects as locations. I will bring a flying spiritual weapon, and you can set the teleportation location on the flying spiritual weapon. Immediately notify Luo Wuming to activate the sect protection formation. Xinghuan sect. Everyone, work harder. We must build the golden hut today. Everyone, listen to the arrangements of Elder Chu and Elder Luo. They have experience. Looking at the people in the sect who were working hard, Yifeng also showed a touch of excitement. He wanted to make this golden hut the most beautiful scenery in Xiantian continent. Yifeng, we are here. Just then, the excited voices of the 5 great ancestors came from a distance, which surprised Yifeng. In fact, he still hasn't figured out why the 5 great ancestors opposed this idea at first, but quickly agreed. And now seeing the excited 5 great ancestors, he always feels that the 5 great ancestors seem to be doing something behind his back. Grand Ancestor, wait a minute. Luo Qianxue, who had been watching not far away, also grabbed Luo Tianqing, who was about to run over and asked directly, Grand Ancestor, can you tell me why you agreed to Yifeng to do this? Qianxue, are you stupid? Once this kid builds the golden hut, can't we hide in it to resist the heavenly thunder tribulation? You can survive the heavenly thunder tribulation in the time it takes to take a big dump. Is there any better way to resist the thunder tribulation in the world? After a simple explanation, Luo Tianqing hurriedly ran towards Yifeng. He had to contribute his own strength to this unique golden hut. Golden hut? Take a big dump to resist the thunder tribulation? It's not enough to have a god-level calamity-breaking pill, and you have to build a golden hut that can resist the heavenly thunder tribulation. This prodigal son. After understanding everything, Luo Qianxue was really tired. No matter how Yifeng wanted to spend money in the future, she would not care. Anyway, even if she wanted to, she couldn't. If you can't care, then join. Yifeng. Divide this golden hut into 2, and separate one for Xiaoxiao and me. Hearing this, seeing Luo Qianxue running from a distance, Yifeng was also shocked. You strongly opposed it before it was built, but you want a single room after it was built? Old Chu, modify the construction plan and separate a luxurious toilet for my master. Although he didn't know why Luo Qianxue suddenly changed her mind, how could he, as the master's disciple, not satisfy his master's request? Seeing Luo Qianxue join in the busy construction work with a happy face, Yifeng couldn't help but sigh. Spending money can really make people feel happy. Master, look, there are men's and women's toilets here. Can you separate a demon toilet for me and my brother Mantis? Under the instigation of the blood-sucking Mantis, the little yellow dog also came to Yifeng and asked. What a damn demon toilet, you 2 monsters want to take over the monster toilet? Hearing what the little yellow dog said, Yifeng didn't explain too much and kicked the little yellow dog away. Don't worry, Brother Mantis, I will definitely get this monster toilet for you. After the little yellow dog, who showed a big brother attitude, said to the blood-sucking Mantis, he ran towards Yifeng again. As a big brother, if he can't do the first request of the little brother, how can he lead the team in the future? Brother dog, if it doesn't work, let's not take it. Looking at the little yellow dog that was kicked back by Yifeng for the 10th time, the blood-sucking Mantis also hurriedly persuaded him. Brother Mantis, this is the first time you ask Brother Dog will help you no matter what. After that, the little yellow dog ran towards Yifeng again with an indomitable spirit. Brother Go, I just want you to ask, forget it if it doesn't work. Don't take it so seriously. Seeing the little yellow dog running towards Yifeng again, the blood-sucking Mantis was really moved. If the little brother has something to do, Brother Go will really help. Chapter 189 I am a simple spendthrift, but you want to use it to resist the thunder calamity? Hey, seeing the little yellow dog running over again, Yifeng was also helpless. He waved his hand and said, "Go find Elder Chu and ask him to separate a demon toilet for you." "Master, you are too good to the dog. I hate that I am not a female now, otherwise I will give birth to a few puppies for the master." Pung. Hearing the little yellow dog's words, Yi Feng kicked the little yellow dog out again. Cheap. Too damn cheap. Yi Feng now regrets giving the little yellow dog the Chiyu pill more and more. It was originally an ordinary little yellow dog. How did it become like this now? The first sword dog on the continent. The only thing Yi Feng is thankful for now is that he did not choose the wrong path of cultivation for the other party. It's really too sword cheap. When the time came to the afternoon, with Yi Feng giving advice from time to time, a golden palace hut shining in the sun finally appeared in everyone's sight. Ding! Congratulations to the host for squandering all the squandering products today. The host is rewarded with 1,000 squandering points and 1 purple dark black pants. Purple dark black pants, women's underwear made of purple dark black crystal, warm in winter and cool in summer, soft and comfortable, and also has indestructible super strong defense. When Yi Feng saw the special reward, he was dumbfounded. Fuck the purple dark black pants. Just a few ropes made of purple dark black crystal, wouldn't the master kill me after seeing it? So what if it's indestructible? What the hell can this thing block? System, are you too casual in giving rewards? Yi Feng also asked the system directly at this time. Ding. Good things come in pairs, clothes and pants are a set, host, rest assured, the rewards given by the system are absolutely correct. Hearing the explanation of the system, Yi Feng was speechless for a while. Forget it, I can't give this thing to my master even if I die, otherwise I will definitely die. No matter whether it is a set or not, it is not a waste product anyway, and it is up to you to decide how to deal with it. Ding. Issue a task, give the purple dark black pants to my master Luo Qianxue. The task is successful and rewarded with 10 million waste points. The task fails without punishment, and can be refused. Screw. Hearing the task issued by the system, Yi Feng also burst out with swear words and cursed. System, are you repeating the plot for me here? Ding. The last task reward was 500,000 waste points, and this time it is 10 million waste points. The system is a regular operation. Haha. Hearing this explanation, Yi Feng also smiled bitterly. What strength was he when he was rewarded with 500,000 waste points last time, and what strength is he now? Now his strength is at the peak of the 9th level of the Purple Mansion realm. If he wants to break through to the 1st level of the Soul realm, he needs 10 million prodigal points. If he wants to break through to the peak of the 9th level of the Soul realm, he needs 90 million prodigal points. Let's do it. After thinking for a moment, Yi Feng gritted his teeth and walked directly towards Luo Qianxue. Master, this is a good thing made by the purple nether crystal. After handing a space ring to Luo Qianxue, Yi Feng also explained in advance that this thing was made of purple dark crystal. Purple dark crystal? Hearing this, Luo Qianxue also thought of the purple dark black clothes that Yi Feng gave her before, which made her suddenly have an ominous premonition. Huh. After taking a deep breath, Luo Qianxue released her consciousness to check the things in the space ring. This is... When Luo Qianxue saw the purple dark black pants for the first time, she didn't even react to what it was. When she reacted, a blush appeared on her face instantly. Don't be angry. You must not be angry with this prodigal son. He is definitely deliberately irritating me, but I won't be angry. How can I, a saint girl from the upper realm, let such a prodigal disciple control me so tightly? After thinking it through, Luo Qianxue laughed and looked at Yi Feng and said, since you gave it to the master will accept it. Ding. Congratulations to the host for completing the task, and reward 10 million prodigal points. Hearing Luo Qianshua's words, Yi Feng was completely stunned. This was different from what he thought. Stupid. Confused. Seeing Yi Feng's confused face, Luo Qianxue also showed a smile of victory on her face. After being tortured by Yi Feng for so long, she finally won a game. Yi Feng, come quickly. At this moment, Luo Tianqing, who was not far away, shouted to Yi Feng anxiously. Grand Ancestor, what's wrong? Yi Feng hurriedly asked when he came to Luo Tianqing. I'm ready to resist the sixth heavenly thunder tribulation. Why can't I see the shadow of the heavenly thunder tribulation cloud in the sky for a long time? This is too abnormal. Do you know the reason? When encountering such an abnormal thing in Xinghuan sect, Luo Tianqing's first thought was to ask Yi Feng. He felt that Yi Feng would definitely know something. That one-armed madman is here. Didn't you see him make the heavenly tribulation cloud dissipate by himself with a loud shout? With him here, the heavenly tribulation cloud dares not come out at all. Speaking of this, Yi Feng said again, Grand Ancestor, you don't have to resist the heavenly thunder tribulation. I have a god-level tribulation-breaking pill in my hand. As long as you eat 4 pills, you can directly cross 4 heavenly thunder tribulations, and your cultivation will soar to the ascension realm that can withstand 9 heavenly thunder tribulations. No. However, to Yi Feng's surprise, the Grand Ancestor refused the god-level tribulation-breaking pill without hesitation when he heard about it, which made Yi Feng feel helpless. Luo Qianxue didn't play by the rules, and the Grand Ancestor didn't play by the rules now. Yi Feng was confused. He didn't know which link was wrong. Why did these people start to operate in the opposite direction? What a bullshit god-level breaking tribulation pill. How long have I waited for this golden hut made of golden silkworm star shining stone? If it doesn't exist, it's fine. Now that it's built, I must go in and wait for the big thunder tribulation, so that the legend of me, Luo Tianqing, will remain in Xiantian continent. Luo Tianqing thought secretly in his heart at this time. Grand Ancestor, are you really ready? Are you sure you don't need to take the god-level breaking tribulation pill, but are ready to resist the heavenly Tao thunder tribulation? Yi Feng looked at Luo Tianqing and asked seriously. Yi Feng, I have made up my mind. You should let that one-armed madman, one-armed lord leave first. Luo Tianqing recalled the terrifying scene of the one-armed madman suppressing the heavenly Tao with one sword. He didn't dare to say the word madman. In the end, he quickly changed his words and called him Lord. Madman, leave here for the time being. If the Grand Ancestor can't bear it later, you can take action again. Seeing that Luo Tianqing had made up his mind, Yi Feng also walked directly to the one-armed madman and said aloud. Yes, my lord. As the one-armed madman turned into a streak of bloody light and disappeared in front of everyone's eyes, thunder rumbled in the sky, thunderclouds surged, and the heavenly calamity clouds began to condense quickly. Brothers, I'll give you a taste of thunder first. As he said this, Luo Tianqing ran into the luxurious golden hut with an excited look. Fuck. The great ancestor is going to resist the thunder tribulation in the golden hut. I just want to ruin my family, but you guys don't even let go of the hut. Thinking of the characteristics of the golden silkworm star stone to absorb the heavenly thunder tribulation, Yi Feng was numb. Chapter 190. I was fine when I came here, but I can't go back. In the golden hut. As a cultivator, I don't have to excrete like ordinary people. But who can refuse such a golden toilet? I didn't expect that going to the toilet could be so comfortable and enjoyable. If I had known about this thing earlier, I would have had to go to the toilet twice a day for hundreds of years. Looking at the golden toilet that he had never seen before, Luo Tianqing also sat on it with excitement. Boom! Outside the golden hut, the condensed heavenly tribulation cloud also struck a thick heavenly thunder tribulation. At this time everyone looked at the golden hut with a nervous look. They also wanted to know whether the golden hut made of 100,000 golden silkworm star stones could withstand the sixth heavenly thunder tribulation. It worked. It can actually completely resist the heavenly thunder tribulation. The golden hut, made of 100,000 pieces of golden silkworm star shining stones, has become a whole, perfectly absorbing all the power of the heavenly thunder tribulation. As the heavenly thunder tribulation hit the golden hut and was completely absorbed, the onlookers were all shocked at this moment. I just built a golden hut simply to ruin my family. As a result, you turned it into a shelter for the tribulation. How can you play so well? Seeing that his golden hut actually blocked the heavenly thunder tribulation, Yi Feng was really going crazy. He felt that these people's brain circuits were too abnormal. However, when everyone saw Luo Tianqing with his hair standing up walking out of the golden hut, everyone was dumbfounded. When you resist the thunder tribulation in here in the future, you must pay attention to one thing, that is, you must use spiritual power to protect your whole body, because no matter whether it is the golden toilet made of golden silkworm star shining stones or the golden floor tiles, it actually leaks electricity. Luo Tianqing showed a selfless look at this time and looked at everyone and reminded them. This golden hut, made of golden silkworm star stone, is a piece of artwork that I am extremely satisfied with. Since you destroyed my artwork, don't blame me for being inhuman. Looking at Luo Tianqing, who walked into the golden hut again, Yi Feng also showed a wicked smile and walked directly out of the sect. My lord, through the old man's attempt just now, I found that this golden hut can withstand the ninth heavenly thunder tribulation without any problem. However, the special spiritual ore that can absorb the heavenly thunder tribulation also has an upper limit. When the power of the heavenly thunder tribulation is absorbed to the extreme, it can no longer absorb it. It is equivalent to being scrapped, and it is no different from a piece of stone that is rotten on the street. According to my estimation, this golden hut can probably help 100 cultivators who have reached the peak of the ninth level of the cross-tribulation realm and have not survived a heavenly thunder tribulation to successfully reach the realm of ascension. Seeing Yi Feng coming out, the one-armed madman also directly told some information about the golden hut. I didn't come to you to ask these questions. The 5 great ancestors should be able to break through to the ascension realm soon with the help of this golden hut, but I'm afraid their foundation is not stable. Hearing this, the one-armed madman's eyes lit up, and he immediately showed an excited look and said, My lord, don't worry, let alone the 5 of them, even if I can guide the entire sect, I have no problem. Okay, I feel relieved with your words. The 5 great ancestors treat me well, you must pay attention. Hearing this, the one-armed madman showed a look of embarrassment and said, My lord, if I guide them seriously, my method may be too cruel, how about changing someone? The one-armed madman can feel that these people have a good relationship with Yi Feng. If he guides them casually, it's nothing, he will just treat it as a game. But if he guides them seriously, he feels that his method may not be suitable for these people. Too cruel? Hearing this, Yi Feng was also shocked. He could not imagine how cruel the one-armed madman could say cruel. Then if you guide them seriously, how far can they grow? After thinking for a moment, Yi Feng looked at the one-armed madman with a serious face and asked. It's not a problem to fight 1 against 10,000 in the same realm. But that takes time. After all, they are too weak. Whether it's skills, martial arts, fighting methods, combat experience, etc., all need to be improved. If time is not very sufficient, it's not a problem to fight 1 against 100. Hearing the words of the one-armed madman, Yi Feng was shocked and said, Are you asking too much of them? Not to mention fighting 1 against 10,000, even if it's fighting 1 against 100, it's absolutely invincible in the entire Xintian continent. However, when the one-armed madman heard what Yi Feng said, his pupils were widened in shock, and he hurriedly said, My lord, fighting 1 against 10,000 is already the minimum requirement I can accept. Is this requirement still high? Then how many enemies of the same realm could you kill when you were at this realm? Yi Feng looked at the one-armed madman with a hint of curiosity and asked. Seeing the one-armed madman insert the blood-colored rapier in his hand into the ground, and then directly extended a finger, for some reason, 3 words involuntarily emerged in Yi Feng's mind: keep killing. Kill all the time? Hiss. Seeing the one-armed madman nod slightly, Yi Feng couldn't help but take a breath. If that was the case, then fighting 1 against 10,000 was indeed a very low requirement. No need to change people, just you will be in charge of guiding them. If you want to be a superior person, you must make unimaginable efforts. Looking at the heavenly tribulation clouds that kept falling from the distance, Yi Feng also made a direct decision. A moment later. Everyone, with this golden hut, you don't have to worry about the ordinary thunder tribulation in the tribulation realm or the 9 heavenly thunder tribulations after the peak of the 9th level of the tribulation realm. Practice hard. We will go first. As he said, Luo Tianqing and the other 4 ancestors directly activated the space portal to return to Xingji sect. They couldn't wait to inform the entire Xingji sect of this news. Swish. Just as the 5 ancestors were about to enter their respective space portals, a flash of blood-colored sword light passed by, and the 5 activated space portals disappeared. No need to leave. According to the order of our Lord, the 5 of you need to practice here for a period of time before you can leave, and I will be responsible for guiding you. Hearing this excited voice, the 5 great ancestors looked up at the one-armed madman who appeared in the air at some point, and the 5 of them were stunned on the spot. Everything was fine when we came here, but we can't go back? Yi Feng, what's going on? We have already broken through to the realm of ascension. We don't need special guidance, right? Knowing the horror of the one-armed madman, Luo Tianqing looked at Yi Feng with fear and asked. Grand Ancestor, don't ask. I'm doing this for your own good. Yi Feng looked at Luo Tianqing seriously and said.